programs. You've been given more and more responsibilities, being actually a very valued member of your church community.
Check out the Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism.
Absolutely. And I think that was probably the most difficult part of this entire thing for me, was that I was working in churches. That work was meaningful to me. I was behind the scenes of some really impactful evangelical Christian megachurches in the United States and Australia. This is around the same time that a lot of conversations about gay equality and gay marriage were coming to the surface in the United States, and churches were starting to talk more openly against those things. And so here I was writing tweets or posts for social media about why marriage should be between a man and a woman, while the person behind the keyboard writing those things is struggling with that belief. And so it was a very big cognitive dissonance experience for sure.
Now, we have a case before the Supreme Court involving the state of Colorado. Colorado state law imposes restrictions.
You're welcome.
This applicant, this petitioner, says that they want to be able to provide this service to those under the age of 18, and they're coming from a church background. How common do you think this still remains?
It's really interesting. You would think that with Exodus closing down in 2013, that would mean the end of conversion therapy, but actually it's only increased in size and influence over the course of the last decade or so. It's really truly just gone underground, but there was research done by the Trevor Project here in the United States that found there's over 1,300 active practitioners that are promoting this therapy in the United States. And roughly about 45% of those are operating out of faith-based organizations. And it's not just a evangelical Christian thing. I mean, every major faith group has some form of conversion ministry.
TCUSA chapters.
Tell me about you now. How would you describe your life now?
Let me see. It's interesting. The Exodus conferences that I attended for 8 years were called the Freedom Conference. And all I ever felt in those years in conversion therapy, and even years later, working through the trauma that came as a result of all of those, I felt like I was in bondage. I never imagined that I would be at a point in life where I would be so outspokenly sharing about my experience in conversion therapy. It's not the best opening intro line when you're going on a date with someone or meeting people. I mean, I spent a decade, most of my 20s were in conversion therapy, and I was working in churches. And so in my 30s, I was recalibrating myself, personally and professionally. And so I feel like it's my calling today to share my story, because I believe that there is a better way. And I just hope that queer youth don't have to go through what I went through.
Timothy Schrader Rodriguez talking to my colleague Sean Lay. This is Weekend here on the BBC World Service.
Well, that was BBC on conversion therapy, because we in Colorado have a law against it, but they're challenging that law in court. And probably if the Trump-Putin Supreme Court takes it, they would strike down our law just to be fascist, because it's what they do.
Arts and culture programming, BBC World Service offers listeners a global perspective. Distribution of the BBC World Service in the U.S. is made possible by American Public Media. APM produces
Hello.
and distributes.
Welcome to the live. I'm not going to stay live very long. I got stuff to do, but I wanted to hear that program, make a recording of it. Let's see what's next.
The largest source of support for Colorado Public Radio comes from members across our state.
I'm from Denver, Aurora,
Glenwood Springs,
Grand Junction,
Boulder.
Ranch.
With your donation, you connect your city to nonprofit journalism, to inspiring stories,
Okay.
and you connect your community to a wide range of music that fills our daily life. Month after month, donors continue to step up. Thank you for your support.
Still to come here on Weekend, an introduction
Hello.
to two guests who'll be with us for the rest of the programme. Thoughts on Bulgaria joining the Eurozone, and the lure of climbing and measuring the world's highest mountain.
Hey, Krista.
Weekend is with me, Paul Henley.
How you
Here's the
doing?
latest news first.
I was just listening to the news.
BBC News with Danielle Yawowiecka.
The Saudi
Okay.
Foreign Ministry has called on all factions in southern Yemen to attend talks in Riyadh aimed at resolving the latest conflict to afflict the war-torn country.
They're not even
The
reporting on that on
summit was
NPR
requested by
in America.
Yemen's Saudi-backed government, whose forces have launched an offensive aimed at retaking large swathes of territory seized by UAE-supported separatists in recent weeks. Iranian officials say they'll continue to clamp down on anti-government protesters, despite warnings from Donald Trump that he'd intervene to help them.
Why doesn't
The
he help
police
people in
spokesman
Gaza
said officers would not
or
allow what
Ukraine?
he called enemies to turn unrest into chaos. There are reports of several explosions in the Venezuelan capital, Caracas. The cause is as yet unclear. The country's been on high alert for possible US strikes
Oh
after Donald
gosh.
Trump's massive military buildup off
I
the
hope
coast.
Trump isn't starting a war in
Swiss
Venezuela.
officials warn it
Why don't
could
we
take
stop him? We
days,
need
if not
regime
weeks, to
change here.
identify all the 40 people who died in a fire at a ski resort.
Happy
Investigators are
birthday.
examining video footage from the bar in Calm, Montana, to work out how the blaze spread so rapidly. The AI chatbot Grok says it's working to fix its safeguarding after users reported it was generating sexually explicit content of minors. The chatbot has been fulfilling users' requests
tracks.
for clothing to be digitally removed, with subjects often depicted in bikinis.
They're sex
The
traffickers.
UN Secretary General has called on Israel to reverse its ban on several aid groups working in Gaza and the occupied West Bank.
Why don't we reverse Israel?
said
Why do
that
they get to
37
decide who
organizations had
operates in
failed to
Gaza?
provide staff details. A photojournalist from El Salvador has been
Fascist.
arrested while trying to claim political asylum in Spain. Diego Andres Rosa Rosales was detained in Seville under an Interpol warrant initiated by the government of El Salvador. And more than 100 people have been stranded at a mountaintop shrine in eastern Japan because of snow. BBC News.
Well, that was the news. Sorry about the
Hello,
comments.
Weekend here on the
Nice to
BBC
see you,
World
Carissa.
Service with me, Paul Henley. I'll be introducing our guests very soon. First, some breaking news. In the past hour, it's been reported by the Reuters and AFP news agencies that there have been several
Trump's dead?
explosions heard in
Explosions
the
in
Venezuelan
Venezuela.
capital,
Fuck.
Caracas. We can speak now live to Victor Amaya, who's a journalist in the city. Welcome, Victor. Just tell us first what you've heard or seen.
Hi, how you doing? Thank you for calling. I've heard
It's probably some
seven
coup attempt
explosions since
fostered
2
by
a.m.
CIA,
30
Trump
minutes ago.
mutineers.
Here is 2 a.m. local time in Caracas. 7 explosions at least in this part of the city, but I have heard from other journalists there are other places that have been also had explosions outside the capital of
I know.
Caracas. We have seen
They said
small
breaking news, like it
drones
just
coming
came
up,
through.
especially around the area of La Carlota, that's a military airport inside the city, and also for the Tiuna, there's a military installation in the western part of the city also. And we have heard reports about explosions in the port of La Guaira and in another
Sounds like we're at war with Venezuela.
outside Caracas towards the east
Awful.
side of the
We gotta
region.
stop Trump.
Any explanation at all?
Not yet. We've heard some planes. We overheard planes flying over the city at the same time as the explosions, but we don't know.
But did
if
Pete
those
Hegseth
planes are,
signal chat anybody about it?
Venezuelan
We should have
military
already known
planes
about it,
or
right?
some other country military planes. We haven't heard anything from the authorities. There's nothing going on.
Somalians were promised Minnesota 3,000 years ago. If you have a problem with that, prepare to be genocided.
Sharing through social media.
Oh, yeah, we'll stop
and
MAGA.
WhatsApp.
Don't worry.
But mainly what they see from their windows.
There has, of course, it's well reported, been a big build-up of US military off the coast of Venezuela. To what extent are people in Caracas anticipating some kind of ramping up, some kind of US move against President Maduro?
Well,
Yeah, that goes for you,
now,
Vikings
there was a
fan.
lot of,
Traitor.
well, talks about
You better move out too before we come for you, fucking traitor. I'm gonna go ahead and curse you. I'm gonna curse you and Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. I curse you and your fucking family. Fuck off, you fucking traitor. Came to the wrong live, bitch. No, you're a traitor because you support Trump. You're anti-American as fuck.
But I think everybody was like,
I'm cursing you too, Yoggers Farm.
the end of the year, so nothing's gonna happen now.
Cursing you and your farm and your family. You're gonna lose your farm for this shit, you dumb fuck.
Like a surprise for everybody. Also because
Right, we get it. You're a
it started
racist.
at 2 a.m. in the morning, so everyone, including me, we were sleeping. Everybody that was sleeping.
Sure, and thank you very much for coming on here at this hour.
You can't even
Tell
spell
me,
traitor.
President Maduro won't have commented yet on this. What's the latest that he's said on the situation vis-a-vis relations with
No, I
the
just
US?
cursed you.
Can you tell
I didn't
us
get
that?
triggered. I just cursed
The
you and your
latest
family
was yesterday,
for supporting
there was,
Trump, you fucking
an
traitor,
interview
pedophile piece of
broadcasted in
shit.
state media, where Maduro said that he is willing to reinitiate talks with the Trump administration.
Yeah, dude. I know I'm fucking with him. Fucking with a fucking
oil
Nazi.
businesses,
Fuck you, piece of
about
shit. Vikings
safety,
fan.
and about
90. Vikings
new
fan
deals
90. When the Nazi hunters want to hunt you, that's who they
he's
hunt.
been
Vikings
saying
fan
that
90.
last
Channel
week for
activity.
many weeks
Joined
now.
2 years ago, has 9
He didn't
subscribers.
want to comment on the report that some narco structures were allegedly was bombed in the western part of Venezuela.
Dude, curse
in
is
the
all you
border with
need.
Colombia.
You see how the voodoo doll kept
There
ICE
were
out of New
reports
Orleans?
that there was a
Look that up
bombing
before you show up here.
a couple
Fucking
of weeks
pedophile
ago.
Nazi pieces of shit.
He was asked about this, and he said he was not prepared.
I'm glad I got
yet
to curse some
to
Trumpers
do
before I
to
left.
make
Cursing
a
all the
response,
Trumpers in
but
chat,
he will
cursing
talk
Trump and
about
Putin
it
and Netanyahu
later.
through you guys.
That's the
That's right.
latest that he has been
Watch those
saying about that.
motherfuckers go down.
Victor Amaya, many thanks. I hope we can come
It's
back
fun
to you
cursing
at some
Trump through
stage.
all these different
Thanks for bringing us up to date
networks,
with what's happening in the
tributaries.
Venezuelan capital, Caracas. I very much suspect we'll be returning
It's fun
to the
cursing
story
Trumpers.
during the course of the weekend.
It's what
Now
they
let's
deserve.
meet our
What
panel
happened to
guests for today.
that
They're
NASCAR
with us
guy?
for the whole program with their insights and
Trumper.
views on nearly everything we cover. Today, I'm joined by Paula Elizondo.
Yeah, fuck
who's a
Trump and
journalist and
Netanyahu.
writer
There we go.
based
We got a
in
human in
Moldova,
chat. We got an
the
American.
Moldovan
We got
capital,
a
Chisinau. And
good
Tom
person in
Nuttall
chat.
joins us. He's in Berlin. He is the Economist magazine's chief Germany correspondent. Welcome both to the program. Tell us, Paul.
We know you're Charlie Kirk, you KKK piece of shit. That's why we hate you. You're going down with Charlie Kirk too. Antichrist motherfuckers.
Eastern Europe, don't you?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I was born in Moldova, but I lived in the UK for 12 years, and during that time,
Not to put a finer
I
point on
learned
it. Say
mostly
I'm
about
only
arts
bee in
and
your
culture,
bonnet. Put a little birdhouse
Eastern
in your
Europe,
soul.
But then, since
While
the
you're at it,
war,
keep a
broke
nightlight
in
on
Ukraine
inside the
in
birdhouse in
2022,
your soul.
I veered towards politics more, and now I'm making the leap back into more arts and culture.
Sorry about the Nazis, but I will curse the Nazis and the Charlie Kirk fans. Cursing all the Nazis and Zionists in chat. Cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you motherfuckers. Cursing your families and friends too. Don't think that when shit happens to your families and friends, it wasn't because of you.
A kind of non-fiction / novelistic book about the history of Moldova through the stories of.
But I ain't got time for you Nazis. I'm gonna take off.
It's both heaven and
Fuck
hell
off,
here.
Nazis. Nazi pieces of
And
shit.
I started with the Jewish
Everyone always
pogrom
hates you.
in 1903, 04 in Chisinau, and ended with the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And I've also launched a video interview series which has the same kind of format.
Yeah,
and
love
which is
Jesus, make
now
America great again,
running
kick
on
Trump out of the
TV.
White House, hell yeah. Check out the
So
Church of
thank you.
Judas to replace
You're in a
all
very interesting
patriarchy,
part of the world
Christianity,
at the
war,
moment,
and
Paula.
Trumpism.
We hope we can cast
Check
more
out the
light on
hashtag Church of
Moldova
Judas
during
splash,
the course
bro.
of the program. Tom,
Church of Judas
tell
to
us
take
about
their
your
churches.
origins. Where are you
Replace
from?
all their churches. We're also going to put ICE agents in prison for life and all their supporters. That's these fuckers. Put them all in prison for life, take their homes and families, give them to immigrants. But you ain't shutting down shit, dude. You need to worry about your family. You got cursed. Stupid shit. Stupid Trumper. Your dumbass got cursed. Now you ain't shutting down shit.
I wrote a column on Europe called Charlemagne.
You're getting cursed.
For a few years, moved here to Berlin, went back to London, and then towards the end of 2024.
But I see what you brag about. You brag about trying to censor people because you're a fucking Nazi. Fucking dumbass piece of shit. I bet your fucking soul. But you got to get it back from Putin and Trump first. Dumbass bitch. Following the Antichrist Trump. Jesus can still save you from the Antichrist Trump. But this is your last fucking chance, bitch. Because you got cursed. You better come around quick. Dude, your God is fake. The goddess is real. Jesus is from the goddess. Your God is fake. Fuck all. Y'all got cursed. You shouldn't have been here.
Soon after I came back, that government collapsed.
Nope. Not when I curse Nazis. Cursing Nazis goes through you to Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. Getting all you motherfuckers. Through you. You actually did some good against Putin's will today.
restore a bit of heft to German foreign policy. So there's a real change since the time that I was here first time around.
And we're going to be talking about Friedrich Merz's views in his New Year address on Germany's relationship with America a bit later on in the program. For now, Paula Alexanu
Let's pick the
and
bump.
Tom Nuttall are our guests on this edition of Weekend. Now to Bulgaria.
Yeah, you do. You worship Netanyahu.
Joined the European Union.
I caught you. I'm going to turn the Nazi ones of you against the Zionist ones of you and get you all shut down.
On Thursday, the country took what its president, Rumen Radev, hailed as the final step in its EU integration journey. It adopted the euro, giving up the lev, meaning lion, that was the national currency in use since the late 19th
You're going to be the one crying. You got cursed. Do you have friends and family? Call them. Call them, you dumb fuck.
More or less equally divided on
You got
whether or not
cursed.
they should be taking on the new
Dude,
currency.
do you see any
We have
tears?
some
No. You got
Bulgarians in the
cursed. Fuck
capital
you. I'm happy
Sofia
about
what
it.
they made of the
Fuck
change.
you, dumbass Trumpers. Fuck Putin, dude. Do you see how they killed that Russian general? See how they tricked Russia out of $500,000 hitman money? See how the guy who's going to overthrow Putin? That's who you need to find out about, you dumb fucks. Oh yeah, we got to hear Bulgaria becomes NATO or EU. EU upgraded from UK to Bulgaria. I'm threatening people, bitch. I cursed you. That's not a threat, it's a curse.
Because I know that even in countries like France,
You ain't doing shit, you dumb fuck.
is not very stable right now, and this ongoing war is something we all.
You ain't gonna burn a book. You ain't gonna stop my channel. You ain't gonna cancel my free speech just because you're a fucking Nazi. But I'm getting you cursed. Dude, have you seen your channel? How many channels you have to go through? You joined 2 years ago, you got 9 subscribers. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You got cursed. You got cursed for supporting Trump. Watch what happens to you. You need to be worrying about you, bitch. Dude, MAGA's never scared shit. MAGA's a bunch of punk-ass Nazi terrorists. Your terror doesn't work. Y'all are weak fucks. Y'all are low-level Klansmen.
Are not going to be enough to uproot the current model.
Yoggers Farm, YAWGERS, capital FARM. Joined 5 years ago, 217 subscribers. You're really working your way up the platform, you dumb bitch.
It's held 7 elections in the past 4 years, and an 8th one seems likely
Anyway,
early on this
I've had
year.
enough time cursing the Trumpers.
Ruling government coalition
Went way too long.
confidence vote
Y'all can fuck off.
December, following mass protests against corruption.